Have you ever wondered why certain moments feel destined? Why this particular video appeared in your feed at precisely this instant? Out of millions of pieces of content flooding the internet every second, your eyes landed here. This isn't coincidence. This is alignment. You've passed the first test that 99% of people fail without even knowing it exists. The fact that you're still reading these words means something profound is already shifting within your consciousness. Most people would have clicked away by now, distracted by the next shiny object, the next dopamine hit, the next easy escape from their reality. But not you. You're different. You sense there's something deeper here, something that could change everything. Your nervous system is responding to these words in ways you might not even consciously recognize. Your heart rate has subtly changed, your breathing has deepened, and somewhere in the depths of your being, dormant neural pathways are beginning to fire in new patterns. This isn't just motivational content. This is frequency activation, consciousness recalibration, quantum field adjustment happening in real time. Scientists studying peak performance have discovered that transformation begins not with massive action, but with subtle shifts in awareness, micro changes in how you perceive reality that create cascading effects throughout your entire life experience. Right now, simply by maintaining your attention on these concepts, you're initiating that process. You're about to uncover life-changing insights about consciousness, behavioral patterns, and destiny that remain hidden from the majority until they've wasted decades. You'll witness real transformations that will shift your entire worldview, discover breakthrough moments that could revolutionize your understanding of existence, and learn cutting-edge research about how your neural pathways can become either your greatest weapon or your most dangerous enemy. Here's something that will shock you. Neuroscientists have proven that humans overlook 94% of life-altering possibilities purely because discomfort triggers their avoidance response. Think about that for a moment. Nearly every opportunity that could completely transform your life gets rejected by your unconscious mind before you even become aware it existed. Your brain, in its desperate attempt to keep you safe, is actually keeping you trapped. Even more fascinating, your unconscious brain has already mapped out your next 5 moves a full 6.8 seconds before your conscious awareness catches up. Right now, as you process these words, your subconscious has already decided whether you'll finish this message, whether you'll take action on what you learn, whether you'll allow this moment to be the turning point it's meant to be. These aren't theories. These are documented realities actively sculpting your existence right now. But there's something even more extraordinary happening beneath the surface. Quantum physicists have discovered that consciousness itself collapses probability waves into reality. Every moment of focused attention you invest here is literally reshaping the quantum field around you, creating new probability patterns that didn't exist before you arrived. You're not just consuming content, you're actively participating in the creation of your new reality. The electromagnetic field generated by your heart is 5,000 times stronger than that of your brain, and it extends several feet beyond your physical body. Right now, as these concepts resonate with something deep within you, your heart's electromagnetic signature is shifting, broadcasting a new frequency into the quantum field. A frequency that will attract experiences, opportunities, and people aligned with your emerging consciousness. This is why certain videos, certain messages, certain moments feel destined. They're not random encounters. They're magnetic attractions created by the intersection of your consciousness and the infinite intelligence of the universe, orchestrating exactly what you need for your next level of evolution. But here's where it gets truly extraordinary. The very fact that you're here, in this moment, reading these words, means your unconscious mind has already chosen transformation. Your higher self guided you here. Your soul recognized something in this message that it desperately needed to hear. This is your consciousness calling out to itself, creating the exact circumstances necessary for your awakening. This experience transcends typical content consumption. You're not here to passively absorb information. You're here to actively transform, to genuinely feel deeper, to authentically evolve. When this journey concludes, you'll finally comprehend the invisible chains that kept you trapped and discover the exact blueprint for liberation. Not someday, not eventually, but immediately. That inner knowing that urged you to continue watching, that subtle voice that whispered, "Pay attention, this is important." That's your higher intelligence speaking. This is your breakthrough moment. This is the universe conspiring in your favor, orchestrating the perfect storm of circumstances to deliver exactly what your soul has been seeking. You've discovered Quantum Nexus. If transformation calls to your soul, engage with this content and join our community. Your evolution begins now. Before we explore the metamorphosis you're seeking, we must confront this precise instant. Because right now, whether you acknowledge it or not, you're positioned at a pivotal junction, and existence keeps flowing regardless of your preparedness. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't care about your fears, your excuses, or your reasons for delay. It simply moves forward, carrying you with it. Whether you're steering your life consciously or letting it drift aimlessly. At this very second, you're creating choices, some microscopic, others monumental, yet each one propels you toward a specific destination. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every decision you make is like dropping a stone into the vast ocean of possibility, creating ripples that extend far beyond what you can see or imagine. One direction guides you toward expansion, bravery, and manifesting the highest version of yourself you've always envisioned. This path is illuminated by courage, marked by growth, and paved with the kind of experiences that make life truly worth living. It's the path of the hero's journey, the path of those who refuse to settle for mediocrity, who demand more from themselves and from life itself. The alternative route leads to stagnation, justifications, and silent disappointment. This is the path of least resistance, the comfortable prison that so many people mistake for safety. It's lined with the ghosts of unlived dreams, the echoes of what if, and the bitter taste of regret that grows stronger with each passing year. Here's an undeniable reality. Your destiny doesn't commence next decade. It doesn't activate when you finally possess all the answers, when you feel completely prepared, when the stars align perfectly, or when someone gives you permission to begin. It ignites immediately, in this very moment, with the next choice you make. Each time you choose to delay rising, mindlessly consume content, or convince yourself, "I'll begin tomorrow," you're selecting a trajectory. That selection is architecting your reality, brick by brick, decision by decision. Most people don't realize they're building their own prison until they find themselves trapped inside it, wondering how they got there. The tragedy is that tomorrow never comes. There's always another reason to wait, another excuse to delay, another perfect moment just around the corner. But perfection is the enemy of progress, and waiting for ideal conditions is just another form of procrastination, dressed up in reasonable-sounding clothes. This is what researchers call the preparation paradox. The more time people spend preparing to act, the less likely they become to actually take action. Your brain tricks you into believing that more preparation equals higher probability of success. But studies show the opposite is true. Those who act with 70% certainty consistently outperform those who wait for 90% certainty, because by the time they reach 90% certainty, the opportunity has often passed. The universe operates on momentum, not perfection. It rewards motion, not preparation. Every day you delay is a day of compound interest working against you instead of for you. If you saved $1 today and doubled it every day, in just 30 days, you'd have over $1 billion. But if you waited 10 days to start, you'd have less than $1 million. The cost of delay isn't linear, it's exponential. This principle applies to every area of life. The relationships you don't pursue, the skills you don't develop, the opportunities you don't seize, they all compound in their absence, creating a life that feels increasingly limited, increasingly frustrating, increasingly removed from what you know is possible. Countless individuals declare, "I'll launch when I feel prepared." They're waiting for confidence to arrive like a delivery package, for motivation to strike like lightning, for the perfect plan to download into their minds fully formed. But allow me to reveal an uncomfortable truth. No human ever feels completely prepared. Not you, not anyone who has ever achieved greatness. The most successful people in history were terrified when they took their first steps. They felt unprepared, uncertain, and utterly out of their depth. The only difference between them and those who never achieved their dreams is that they felt the fear and moved forward anyway. They understood that readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Evolution is chaotic, it's unsettling. It demands abandoning familiar territories even when they've become prisons. Growth requires you to leave behind the version of yourself that got you to where you are now, because that version of you is incapable of taking you where you want to go. You must die to who you were to become who you're meant to be. This process is never comfortable. Your ego will resist it with everything it has. It will create elaborate stories about why you should wait, why you're not ready, why you need more time, more knowledge, more resources. But these are just stories, compelling fiction designed to keep you exactly where you are. This instant, your mind is calculating. Should I invest my attention here, or should I escape to easier distractions? Should I lean into this discomfort and see where it leads, or should I retreat back to the familiar comfort of mindless scrolling, endless entertainment, and numbing routines? That seemingly insignificant choice represents the exact dividing line between those who dream and those who manifest. It's the fork in the road that determines whether you'll look back on this moment as the beginning of your transformation, or just another piece of content you consumed and forgot. You don't require cosmic permission. You don't need a sign from the universe, though ironically, your presence here right now is exactly that. You don't need external salvation, a guru to follow, or someone else to validate your dreams and aspirations. All that's necessary is releasing the illusion of perfect timing, because ideal conditions are mythical. The perfect moment is a fairy tale told by those who are too afraid to begin. It's a comforting lie that keeps people stuck in perpetual preparation, endless planning, and constant waiting. But while they're waiting for the perfect moment, others are taking imperfect action and creating the life they desire. Only this moment exists, and this moment contains infinite potential. Right now, in this instant, You have access to more possibilities than you could explore in 1,000 lifetimes. The universe is pregnant with opportunities, synchronicities, and miracles waiting to unfold, but they require your participation, your decision, your commitment to step into the unknown. Most humans remain trapped in yesterday's regrets or paralyzed by tomorrow's uncertainties. Yet the singular space where authentic transformation occurs is right here, right now. The past is gone. It exists only in your memory and has no power over you except what you give it. The future is unwritten. It's a blank canvas waiting for you to paint your masterpiece upon it. That's precisely why this message found you today. Not last week when you weren't ready to hear it. Not next month when the moment would have passed. But in this exact window when your consciousness is primed for expansion. If you're still present, still reading, still feeling that subtle excitement or recognition, then destiny orchestrated this encounter. Continue absorbing. The synchronicity of this moment is not lost on you. You can feel it, can't you? That sense that something larger is at play, that forces beyond your understanding have aligned to bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. This is how the universe works, not through coincidence, but through meaningful connections, purposeful encounters, and divine timing. Before we examine the aspirations you've been postponing, we must acknowledge that internal narrator. You recognize it, the voice whispering you lack capability. Failure is inevitable. You're fundamentally insufficient. That commentary has operated for years, perhaps decades, molding your decisions, your self-belief, and your trajectory through life. This voice has been your constant companion, your internal critic, your self-appointed protector that protects you by limiting you. It speaks in your own voice, uses your own reasoning, and presents itself as logic and common sense. But it's neither logical nor sensible. It's fear masquerading as wisdom. Yet here's what remains invisible to most. That voice spreads deception. It might echo with your tone, sound like your thoughts, and feel like your authentic perspective, but it originates elsewhere. It's constructed from anxiety, previous disappointments, and cruel words absorbed when you were too inexperienced to reject them. It's built from the expectations of others, societal conditioning, and the accumulated weight of 1,000 small discouragements. Every time someone told you to be realistic, every time you tried something and failed, every time you were laughed at, criticized, or dismissed, these experiences became the building blocks of that internal voice. It learned to anticipate rejection before it arrived, to expect failure before you even tried, to protect you from disappointment by convincing you not to hope in the first place. The longer you grant it authority, the deeper its control penetrates. It becomes the lens through which you see every opportunity, the filter that processes every possibility, the gatekeeper that determines which dreams are realistic and which are impossible. But this voice doesn't know the future any better than you do. It only knows the past, and it assumes tomorrow will be exactly like yesterday. You've certainly experienced moments when inspiration struck, when you considered taking bold action, embracing vulnerability, expressing suppressed thoughts, or pursuing long-held dreams. These moments of clarity arrive like lightning, illuminating possibilities you'd never considered, showing you glimpses of who you could become and what you could achieve. But milliseconds before movement, that voice materialized. Not screaming, not dramatic, just persistent enough to create hesitation. It whispered reasonable-sounding concerns. What if you fail? What will people think? You don't have enough experience. You're not qualified. You don't have the resources. The timing isn't right. Within that pause, within that moment of hesitation, potential dies. Dreams suffocate. Possibilities evaporate. The window of opportunity closes, and you convince yourself it was never really there in the first place. This is how most people's lives unfold, not through dramatic failures or catastrophic setbacks, but through tiny moments of hesitation, small compromises, and quiet surrenders. Neuroscientists call this the 5-second rule. You have exactly 5 seconds from the moment of impulse to take action before your brain kicks in with all its protective mechanisms, all its reasonable doubts, all its fear-based logic. Within those 5 seconds lies the difference between the life you're living and the life you could be living. The most successful people have learned to recognize these 5-second windows and act within them. They don't wait for the feeling to pass or for the fear to subside. They count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they move. This simple technique has launched businesses, created relationships, sparked innovations, and transformed countless lives. But here's what most people don't understand. That 5-second window isn't just about external action. It's about internal commitment. It's about making a decision in your mind before your mind has time to talk you out of it. It's about choosing your future self over your current comfort, your potential over your patterns, your dreams over your doubts. Every breakthrough begins with a micro-decision made in a moment of clarity before the fog of fear rolls back in. These moments are gifts from the universe, brief openings in the matrix of limitation that surrounds most people's thinking. When they appear, you must act immediately because they disappear just as quickly as they arrive. Before discussing achievement or transformation, grasp this fundamental principle. Anxiety will always masquerade as logic. Fear is incredibly intelligent. It doesn't present itself as irrational terror. Instead, it dresses up as common sense, practical thinking, and mature responsibility. It whispers seductive phrases like, "Stay practical," "The timing is wrong," "Wait until confidence arrives," "You need more preparation," "Let's be realistic here." These arguments sound so reasonable, so mature, so sensible that most people accept them without question. But here's the truth that successful people understand. These logical arguments are just fear wearing a business suit. Their anxiety presenting itself as wisdom, limitation disguised as prudence. However, those who succeed never await confidence. They acknowledge the fear and advance despite it. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and taking action anyway. They know that confidence doesn't create action. Action creates confidence. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. Every success story began with someone who had no idea what they were doing, but decided to do it anyway. They felt unprepared, uncertain, and afraid, but they moved forward because they understood a secret that most people never learn. You don't have to feel ready to be ready. Consider the greatest innovations in human history: the light bulb, the airplane, the internet, the smartphone. None of these were created by people who felt completely prepared. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating a working light bulb. The Wright brothers were bicycle mechanics with a dream. Steve Jobs was a college dropout working out of a garage. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook in his dorm room. What separated these individuals from the millions of others who had similar ideas wasn't superior preparation. It was superior willingness to act despite uncertainty. They understood that the path reveals itself to those who begin walking, not to those who stand at the starting line analyzing every possible route. This is the paradox of mastery. You cannot learn to ride a bicycle by reading about it. You cannot learn to swim by studying technique, and you cannot learn to succeed by preparing endlessly. These skills, like all meaningful skills, are learned through practice, through trial and error, through the messy process of doing something badly until you learn to do it well. The education system has conditioned us to believe that learning comes before doing, that knowledge precedes action, that we must understand everything before we attempt anything. But this approach works for academic subjects, not for life transformation. In the real world, doing comes before learning. Action precedes understanding, and clarity emerges through engagement, not contemplation. The reality is this: you'll never achieve 100% certainty. Nobody does. If you wait until you're completely sure, until all the risks have been eliminated, until failure becomes impossible, you'll wait forever. Certainty is a luxury that doesn't exist in the real world of growth and achievement. Readiness isn't an emotion, it's a conscious choice. It's a decision to act despite uncertainty, to move forward despite fear, to begin despite feeling unprepared. The people who change the world don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through their actions. If you postpone action until that voice disappears, you'll wait eternally. That voice will never completely go away because it's part of your survival mechanism. It's designed to keep you alive, not to help you thrive. Its job is to keep you safe, not to help you succeed. Understanding this distinction is crucial to your breakthrough. You currently possess everything required to begin this second. Not when wealth increases, not when intelligence expands, not when preparation feels complete, not when other people believe in you, not when the economy improves, not when the perfect opportunity presents itself. You are sufficient exactly as you are, right now, in this moment. That voice suggesting otherwise? It's outdated programming. It's running on old software that's no longer relevant to your current reality. You can choose to ignore it, to override it, to thank it for trying to protect you, and then act despite its protests. Starting today, keep absorbing. The most successful people in the world didn't succeed because they had fewer fears or fewer doubts. They succeeded because they developed a different relationship with their fears and doubts. Instead of seeing them as stop signs, they learned to see them as road signs, indicators that they were heading in the right direction, evidence that they were pushing beyond their comfort zone into the realm of growth and possibility. Before we discuss the future you're destined to create, let's examine what already exists within your core. Most people navigate life believing they lack something crucial: additional talent, extra time, better circumstances, more connections, superior genetics, perfect timing, or divine intervention. They look outside themselves for the missing piece that will finally make success possible. The truth is revolutionary. Everything you need already resides inside you at this moment. You are not broken. You are not incomplete. You are not missing some essential component that everyone else seems to have. You are whole, complete, and perfectly equipped for the journey ahead of you. But this truth is hidden beneath layers of conditioning, beneath years of being told what you can't do, beneath decades of comparing yourself to others and finding yourself lacking. Society has taught you to look outside yourself for validation, for permission, for the magic formula that will finally make you worthy of success. A dormant version of yourself awaits activation, a version who appears during adversity, a version who never surrenders, a version who rejects mediocrity and demands excellence from life. This version of you already exists. It's not something you need to create or develop or earn. It's something you need to remember, to reconnect with, to allow to emerge. This version only emerges when you stop constraining your authentic power. When you stop playing small to make others comfortable. When you stop apologizing for your dreams and start pursuing them with relentless determination. It appears when you realize that the biggest risk is not taking any risks at all. Within your being pulses an energy that transcends measurement. Success isn't about superior intelligence, lightning speed, or exceptional gifts. It's about choosing persistence when every force suggests surrender. That caliber of power is extraordinary, yet it's genuinely yours. If this resonates with you so far, show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to Quantum Nexus. It helps us reach more souls ready for transformation. This power doesn't depend on your circumstances, your background, your education, or your current situation. It depends entirely on your decision to access it, to trust it, to act from it. Some of the most successful people in history came from the most challenging circumstances. Some of the greatest achievements were born from the deepest struggles. Your challenges are not obstacles to your success. They are the raw materials from which your success will be built. Every difficulty you've faced has strengthened you. Every setback has taught you something valuable. Every failure has prepared you for eventual victory. Nothing in your life has been wasted if you choose to learn from it and use it as fuel for your transformation. Before we explore how to architect your ideal existence, understand this core truth. Potential isn't discovered, it's awakened. You don't need to go searching for your potential in books, courses, seminars, or other people's stories. It's not hiding somewhere outside of you, waiting to be found. It's inside you, waiting to be expressed. Activation occurs when you abandon fear-based living and embrace purpose-driven existence. Fear-based living is about avoiding pain, preventing loss, and maintaining the status quo. It's a defensive posture, a survival mindset that keeps you stuck in patterns that no longer serve you. Purpose-driven living is about creating meaning, building something worthwhile, and contributing to something larger than yourself. It's an offensive strategy, a thriving mindset that propels you toward growth and fulfillment. When you shift from fear-based to purpose-driven living, everything changes. You've already survived experiences designed to destroy you. Think about the challenges you've faced, the losses you've endured, the disappointments that felt like they would crush you. You're still here. You're still standing. You're still capable of dreaming, of hoping, of believing in a better future. You've already endured days that seemed impossible to navigate. Days when you didn't know how you would make it through, when the weight of your circumstances felt unbearable, when giving up seemed like the only rational option. Yet here you stand, still breathing, still fighting, still searching for something better. That's not fragility. That's unbreakable strength. That's not weakness. That's evidence of your incredible resilience. You have survived 100% of your worst days so far. You have an undefeated record when it comes to getting through difficult times. That's not luck. That's power. Those who ascend don't always carry perfect strategies. They simply refuse defeat. They don't have all the answers. They don't see the entire staircase. They don't know exactly how things will work out. But they have something more valuable than perfect plans. They have unshakable determination. They trust their internal power more than external chaos. While others are waiting for circumstances to improve, for conditions to be perfect, for other people to change, successful people are working with what they have, where they are, with what's available to them right now. When you adopt this mindset, everything transforms. You stop seeking permission from others and start granting it to yourself. You stop craving validation from the world and start validating your own dreams and aspirations. You realize the key was always in your possession. You just needed to remember where you put it. The key is your decision-making power. Every day, you make hundreds of decisions, most of them unconsciously. But within those decisions lies the power to reshape your entire reality. You can decide to think differently, to feel differently, to act differently. You can decide to see opportunities instead of obstacles, possibilities instead of problems, solutions instead of setbacks. Before we discuss your next move, pause and internalize this. You wield more power than you comprehend, and every tool needed to command your life already exists within you. What remains is utilization. Continue forward. This power has been with you all along, but perhaps you've been looking for it in all the wrong places. You've been searching for it in other people's approval, in perfect circumstances, in magical opportunities, in external validation. But it was never out there. It was always in here, in your capacity to choose, to decide, to act despite uncertainty. The most successful people aren't the ones with the most talent, the best connections, or the perfect circumstances. They're the ones who learn to use what they have, where they are, with what's available to them. They're the ones who stopped waiting for ideal conditions and started creating them through their actions. You have everything you need to begin. You have a mind capable of learning, adapting, and creating solutions. You have a heart capable of passion, determination, and love. You have a spirit capable of enduring hardship and celebrating victory. You have hands capable of building, creating, and shaping your reality. What more do you need? But beyond these obvious assets lies something far more powerful. Your unique combination of experiences, perspectives, and insights that no one else in human history has ever possessed or ever will possess. Your exact combination of strengths, struggles, victories, and defeats has created a lens through which you see the world that is absolutely unique. This isn't just motivational rhetoric. This is mathematical fact. With over 7 billion people on this planet, each with their own complex history of experiences, the probability that anyone else has walked your exact path, learned your exact lessons, and developed your exact insights is virtually zero. You are literally one in billions, not because you're special in some mystical sense, but because the convergence of circumstances that created you is statistically impossible to replicate. This means you have perspectives to offer that no one else can provide. You have solutions to problems that others can't see. You have connections to make, innovations to create, and contributions to offer that are uniquely yours. The world isn't just waiting for your contribution. It needs your contribution to be complete. Yet most people live as if they're interchangeable, as if their dreams don't matter, as if someone else will surely step up and do what they were meant to do. But that's not how the universe works. If you don't fulfill your purpose, it remains unfulfilled. If you don't share your gifts, they remain unshared. If you don't pursue your dreams, they remain just dreams. This isn't pressure. This is invitation. The universe isn't demanding perfection from you. It's inviting authenticity. It's not asking you to be flawless. It's asking you to be real. It's not requiring you to have all the answers. It's requesting that you ask better questions. Before we conclude, let's address the single element that will revolutionize your entire existence: decisive action. Everything we've discussed up to this point is just theory, just concepts, just possibilities floating in the realm of ideas. But ideas without action are just daydreams. Knowledge without application is just entertainment. Right now, a critical decision awaits. You've absorbed this message for a specific reason. Your consciousness guided you here because some part of you knew you needed to hear these words, to be reminded of these truths, to be called back to your authentic power. Now comes the crucial part, translating insight into movement. This is where most people fail. They get inspired, they feel motivated, they see the possibilities clearly, and then they do nothing. They go back to their old routines, their familiar patterns, their comfortable limitations. But you're different. You wouldn't have made it this far in this message if you were like most people. You have something they don't. A willingness to face uncomfortable truths, to sit with difficult realities, to consider the possibility that you're capable of far more than you've been experiencing. Take that initial step today, regardless of its size, regardless of its imperfection. The step doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be real. It could be making a phone call you've been avoiding, having a conversation you've been postponing, signing up for something you've been considering, or simply committing to a new daily practice that aligns with your vision. No more waiting for ideal circumstances, because they're fictional. Perfect conditions are a myth perpetuated by those who are too afraid to act. While you're waiting for perfect conditions, others are taking imperfect action and creating the results you're dreaming about. The only moment with real power is now. Yesterday is gone. You can't change it. You can't go back. You can't undo what was done or do what wasn't done. Tomorrow isn't here yet. It's a blank canvas waiting for you to paint upon it. A story waiting for you to write it. A future waiting for you to create it. But today, right now, in this moment, you have access to infinite possibility. You can make a different choice. You can take a different action. You can step in a different direction. The power to change your entire trajectory exists in this singular moment. Your future self depends on today's actions. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What do you want that person to thank you for? What actions do you want them to look back on as the turning point, the moment when everything changed? The person you'll become in 6 months, 12 months, or 5 years will be grateful for the courage you demonstrate today. They will thank you for feeling the fear and acting anyway, for pushing through the resistance, for refusing to settle for less than you deserve. But imagine for a moment the alternative timeline. The version of your future self who looks back with regret instead of gratitude. This version of you didn't take action today. They let fear win. They chose comfort over growth, certainty over possibility, the familiar path over the transformational journey. This future self sits in the same circumstances you're in now, maybe slightly worse due to the accumulated effects of inaction. They're filled with what-if scenarios, haunted by opportunities not taken, dreams not pursued, words not spoken, chances not seized. They look back at this exact moment, right now as you're reading these words, as the turning point they wish they had taken. They remember feeling the same stirring in their soul, the same recognition of truth, the same sense of possibility that you're feeling right now. They remember hesitating, overthinking, convincing themselves they needed more time, more preparation, more certainty. They remember choosing to wait, and they remember how that waiting turned into weeks, then months, then years of the same patterns, the same limitations, the same unfulfilled potential. This isn't meant to create fear. It's meant to create urgency. Not the frantic urgency of desperation, but the focused urgency of someone who understands that time is the most precious resource we have, and that every moment of delay is a moment that can never be recovered. Your future self is not just a hypothetical concept. They are a reality waiting to be actualized. Every choice you make today is a vote for which version of your future self you want to become. Every action you take or don't take is shaping the person you will be and the life you will live. But they will also live with the consequences of your inaction, your delays, your excuses. Every day you wait is a day they'll never get back. Every opportunity you pass up is an opportunity they'll never have. Every dream you postpone is a dream they may never see fulfilled. Stop searching for external validation. You've been looking for permission from others, waiting for someone to tell you that your dreams are valid, that your goals are achievable, that you deserve success and happiness. But that permission will never come from outside. It can only come from within. This is it. This is your confirmation. Not from the universe, not from fate, not from some cosmic force, but from your own inner knowing, your own deep wisdom, your own authentic self. You know what you need to do. You've always known. The life you crave begins with one decision. It starts with transcending doubt, dismissing fear, and executing what your soul knows is your true calling. It begins with the courage to act despite uncertainty, to move forward despite imperfection, to begin despite feeling unprepared. Drop a comment below and share. What's the one limiting belief you're ready to release after hearing this message? Your breakthrough could inspire someone else's transformation. Remember this: life transformation never comes from waiting. It emerges from taking that first step, however small it appears. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is available to you right now. You don't have to see the whole staircase.